Hello, guys. Yes, everyone. I didn't even know it's already 9 o'clock. Hi, Frankie. How you doing? Hmm. You're better now, eh? That's good. Have you been able to attempt those 5 quizzes? All of you should do like this. I'm having serious body pain. I went to the gym for the first time since the surgery. So just having my body is just paining me terribly. Nadine, I'm good. How you doing? Hello, guys. I'm waiting. I want to give an additional 5 minutes so that the people that just finished their lectures can relax and join us. Oh boy! So the quiz you do, how is it going? Talk to me. The quizzes, have you been able to do them as many times as possible? Is it getting better? It's helpful. You know, passing your exams is strategy. Honestly, yeah, it's just like playing soccer. No matter how good you are in football, you can't just jump into the pitch without getting prepared. You understand? So it's not all about whether you are very brilliant or not, but it- it's all about you being having strategy. Sorry, hold on. So it's all about you having strategy. Let me see how many minutes. This 9:05. So 3 more minutes. Too much study. Yeah, no. Listen. Passing exams is more about how much question you are able to attempt and understand. You know, if you see similar questions tomorrow, are you able to recognize it? If you fail something right now, maybe you do 50 questions and you fail 10 of them. That's understandable. If you do it again in 2 days, right? Are you able to get the entire 50 questions? Do you understand? Do you go back to review those 10 questions you failed? Why did I fail this question? Okay, let me check it properly. Oh, so this is what I choose. This is my answer, but this is the right thing. I don't know if you understand the point. So it's all about that's how you prepare. All right. And I really need with the midterm be the same way. I'm not on my grow. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but I will send a memo to school to know what's up. But listen, no matter how, even if it's on paper, you understand. Like sometimes some students get so they have this anxiety. Oh, Nchebe, will it be 50 questions? Will it be 70? Will it be? It doesn't matter. If you know what you're doing, those things are the least of your problem. Honestly, your own is to be prepared. Do you get? It's just like when you are doing surgery. Most times you don't know what you are going to see. If I'm doing appendectomy here to Mr. A and appendectomy to Mr. B, it's the same appendectomy, but I don't know what I'm going to meet here. Do you understand? So that's how it is. So you have to just be prepared. Okay, oh, what are the different scenarios? What can you meet? What can you not meet? You get so your duty is to prepare, and the resources to prepare I have given you. I've pointed it out to you. You understand? So it's now left for you. Some people are going to do fire brigade approach. Trust me, there are some people that have not even done any of the quiz by now. But I keep telling you, since last week I gave that quiz, those seven quizzes. By now, you are supposed to have done them 2 to 3 times, not once. If you do it once, it doesn't help you. It has to be 2 to 3 times. All right. Now it should be you just reviewing. Okay. I think everybody should be here. This is 9. Is it 9:10 already? Let me see. Okay, 2 more minutes. So which topic are we starting with today? I've already revised urinary system, respiratory system, the lymphoid and immune system, heart. So there are 3 topics that I've not revised with you, which is blood vessels and circulation, blood and endocrine system. But I know for your first quiz, I revised endocrine system and blood with you. I hope I'm right. That's the same. That revision is still the same thing, the same questions. You have to go look it up in case of we don't finish it, because we are starting very late because of the people that are having a class. You understand? So we are starting very, very late. So we'll see how far we could go. You understand? Somebody's asking, what am I sipping? This thing. This is you want me to give you my secret therapy, my secret ingredients? Mm. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Father. Anytime I drink this thing, the spirit talks to me. The spirit is, discussing with me as I'm talking to you right now. He said, Nchebe, my son, what do you wish for? Holy. You want to know the ingredients? Okay. Lemon. The spirit is saying, give them answer to the meter. Hey, please, the spirit is holy. Don't corrupt it. So the ingredients is lemon, clove, black pepper, lemon, clove, black pepper, hibiscus. That's why the color is like this. Hibiscus, flour, ginger, garlic. I can't remember all that things. Have I mentioned clove? Yes, clove. Black pepper, yes. That's more like it. Eh? So you cook it. You understand? Temperature of 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd not tell you to go and burn down the house. Cook it, for at least 30 minutes or less. Then filter it. It drops my blood pressure now. I didn't tell you. Hey, I even had to buy a Sfig here. I had to buy Sfig just to make sure it doesn't drop my blood pressure too much. I start when I finish drinking, if I drink so much, because you know me, I'm always drinking something. I have to just drink. Okay, I have it here. I have it here. Yeah, else. Okay, I still have it here. Imagine 3, because this class is always long, so I try to keep fluid around. I like fluid. The more I drink fluid, the more I get inspiration. As I said, you get so that's it. I think we should start now. Is everyone here? Let me see. Hold on. This question is not supposed to be here. No, I don't like this question. Okay. I think it's 40 something. All right, guys. Be careful. Yeah, I know. All right, guys. So, which topic are we starting with? Pick quickly. 5 people. You know the rules and regulation. Everybody must talk. Today's one is gonna be different. If you don't talk, if you don't make a response, I'm gonna call your name. You see all of you here now. I'm gonna call your name. So please, immediately, you don't need to use your AI or your Google or whatever you want to Google the answer. No, pick that answer as if you are in the exam hall. You don't need anything. Use this opportunity to test how far you can go, assuming the exam is today. There are some of my AP2 classes that are on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. So that means, assuming your class is Tuesday, you are supposed to be taking the exam today. So I want you to pick the answer as if you are in the exam hall. Do you understand? As if you are in the exam hall. So immediately you look, you think, you pick answer. Don't snap, don't write. You can always go back to this video. For people that are always asking, if you go on live, my live, you my YouTube channel, you see live. Just go there and pick the video you want. Everything is there. That's why I prefer here to Zoom. All right. And also, please, if you've not subscribed, subscribe and put on your notification bell in case of if you are no longer in my class for maybe microbiology or pathology or pharmacology, other courses. You can always join in. All right. Okay. So, which topic are we taking? We'll take 2 topics today. Which and which? Which do you prefer? We have hearts. No, we did heart. Renal and lymph. No, we already done lymphatic system, and we done renal. Haven't we? We did it upper week. Yes, I can remember we did renal and lymphatic the other upper week. So please just go to the YouTube channel, go to the live and click it and watch it. Please, you need to do so ASAP. So we have endo, we have blood. There are 3 things that are left. 3 topics left. So you have to choose 2 out of the 3. One is blood vessels and circulation. Second one is blood. Then third one is endocrine. We've done endocrine before. We've done blood before. So I think we should start with blood vessels and circulation. Once we finish, then we can jump into blood. What do you think? I don't think I've reviewed blood vessels with you, but I've reviewed blood and endocrine. Oh, everybody's saying blood. You guys, are you guys vampires? You guys like blood? Okay, fine. Fine. We do blood. Blood it is. Blood it is. Blood sacrifice. But we need to be very fast, guys. We need to be very fast so that we can finish blood, do blood vessels, and I'll be comfortable. I need to be comfortable. Endocrine, I don't have a problem with endocrine with you guys because we already did endocrine. So you can go and watch that video. Even blood, but I'll just redo blood. But I must do blood vessels this night. You understand? But you need to answer very fast. Please. 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 Oh boy, we have a lot of this thing. No, you didn't talk. You didn't you didn't say anything on time, Antoinette. I wanted to do blood vessels first, but everybody's saying blood. So let's do blood first. When we are done with blood, then we'll do blood vessel. Just a moment. thought it's chapter 18. Yeah. So you need to be extremely fast. Some people, okay. Some people have not even started. Let's see. Just a moment, please. Okay, guys, are we ready? If you are ready, say yes. If you're ready, say yes. Let's see how many yeses we get. I want to share my screen. I'll share this doc. Okay. Where is all the yes supposed to be? That I'm expecting. I'm not seeing as much yes as I expected. I thought if I asked you, I would have like 200 yeses. Okay, good. So I'll be posting some of the questions in the room. Please, the rule is for people that are new here, the rule is if you don't know the answer as far as you are here, please just write not sure or 911 if you want me to explain it, or emergency, something like that. If you want me to explain it, write 911, or write emergency. But if you just don't know the answer, just say not sure. All right. I think that will help us. Let me plug this laptop. Okay, let's start with the true and false question. This true and false question. Homeostasis is the production of formed elements of blood. True or false? Homeostasis is the production of formed elements of blood. True. Formed elements of blood. True or false? Quickly, guys, quickly. Quickly. Keep going. It's blood sipping. Okay. Okay, this one is just microphone question, and it's very good that you guys understand it. Okay, quickly, guys. This the answer is false. Yes, the answer is false. Look at this question. Blood viscosity stems mainly from electrolytes monomers. Let me see. Hold on. Blood viscosity stems mainly from electrolytes and monomers dissolved in plasma. Quickly, guys. Seems today will be faster. I'm enjoying the vibe. I'm enjoying the vibe. If you need an explanation, please feel free to just ask. Yes, you guys are so correct. That answer is false. I like this vibe. Like, if you can keep this vibe, I'm telling you, we will finish this thing so fast and leave here. Please, you don't need to look at your book or look at your slides. No, just focus, answer the question. All right. I'm not jinxing anything. I know you people. Trust me. It's not today. Yes, the answer is false. All right. Lymphoid hemopoiesis occurs mainly in the bone marrow. False. Okay. You guys are so correct. So where else does it occur? Where else does it occur? One person. Good. It can occur, in different other places, right? Mainly the primary and the secondary lymphoid organs, right? Because when we are talking about lymphoid hemopoiesis, we are talking about maturation, proliferation, and differentiation of what lymphocytes. So they can happen other places, not just where on the bone marrow. All right. But the initial production usually happen in the bone marrow. That's the initial production, and early differentiation of all white blood cells. They always begin in the bone marrow. But later on, you can now talk about maturation, proliferation, differentiation in the primary and secondary lymphoid organs. Okay, guys, you guys are really, really active. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Still true or false? Oxygen and carbon dioxide bind to differentiate parts of hemoglobin. True or false? Oxygen and carbon dioxide to bind to different parts of hemoglobin. True or false? True or false? Yes, the answer is true. The answer is true. You guys are very correct. Okay. The liver stores excess iron in ferritin. True or false? True or false, guys? Perfect. The answer is true. Okay. Okay. Very active. Okay. It's even good that we exhaust all the true or false questions before we even start the main thing. Okay, look at this. The most important components in the cytoplasm of red blood cells are hemoglobin and carbonic anhydrase. True or false? The most important components in the cytoplasm of red blood cells are hemoglobin and carbonic anhydrase. True or false? I hope you remember the function of carbonic anhydrase. We discussed it when we did respiration. You have to think it this way, all right? Maybe, for example, if maybe a sheep now, sheep that has people in it and all those things. If that sheep is waving, maybe it wants to capsize. What do you think the crew members will do? They will start throwing loads of bags and baggages outside the ship, right? To reduce the load on the ship. That's exactly what the red blood cell does. All right. So the erythrocytes, that's the red blood cells, they are highly specialized. They don't have nucleus. They are anucleated cells designed almost entirely for what? Gas, two major things. Red blood cells are designed entirely for two major things. One is gas exchange, and also the second one is what? Acid-base homeostasis. All right. So for them to maximize efficiency, they are like the sheep that is moving. So for them to be steady, you understand, to do exactly what they are told to do, that's maximum efficiency. The mature red blood cells shed they cut off their nucleus, they cut off their ribosome, they cut off their mitochondria during erythropoiesis. You see, they throw off all their organelles. Do you understand? In their cytoplasm, leaving what? Exclusively hemoglobin and what? Carbonic what? Anhydrase. Hemoglobin, almost 97% of the entire cytoplasm. All right. Extremely important that you guys understand this. Extremely important. And what is carbonic anhydrase? I told you that there is just a catalyst. All right. Usually CO2 plus water forms what? H2CO3. That's acid. All right. So why hemoglobin holds that gases? Carbonic anhydrase helps to dictate how carbon dioxide is what's converted for what? Safe high volume travel throughout the blood. Extremely important that you know this. Do you understand? Extremely important that you know this, all right? So remember that equation, CO2 plus water giving H2CO3, and it can still dissolve. It's a backward and forward reaction. That's redox reaction. So that H2CO3 can still dissolve and give hydrogen plus HCO3. Do you understand? Depending on the body's need. Do you understand? That's why, if somebody is having acidosis, maybe metabolic acidosis, what does the body do? You see the person breathing hyperventilation, trying to push out CO2 so that CO2 will not be forming water, will not be forming H2CO3. That's an acid with what? Water. But if somebody is having alkalosis, what do I do for that patient? The body will not allow the patient breathe too fast because you hyperventilate. So what do you do for the patient? You cover the face of that patient so that the patient can breathe out CO2 and also breathe it back in. We want more CO2 in the person's body. So that more CO2 will react with water to form what? H2CO3. Make sense? Okay. So please, I need you guys to remember this. If you don't understand what I explained very well, or you don't catch me because I'm speaking very fast, please later go to the video, put it on slow motion, all right? So that it can be working. I just had to describe that because it's a concept that we will still see again. So when I meet it again, I wouldn't need to describe it. A person develops anti-A antibodies only after he's exposed to antigen A, and anti-B antibodies only after he's exposed to antigen B. True or false? True or false? True or false, guys? Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is false, right? It's very, very false. Because unlike the antibodies of the adaptive immune system, you know the adaptive immune system, right? The one that has to see that disease and now form antibodies against that disease. The ABO blood group is different, right? They are very, very different. All right, they are innate, like it's follow come. All right, they are innate and they develop naturally without any prior exposure, all right, to any foreign human blood. They develop, they're already there. You know, so this one saying a person develops nah, it's already there. It's inbuilt. It has nothing to do with whatever. Okay, perfect. I like the way we are flying. It's sweet. Let's maintain this tempo, guys. Incompatibility of one person's blood with another results from the action of plasma antibodies against the red blood cells antigen. True or false? Incompatibility of one person's blood with another results from the action of the plasma antibodies against the red blood cells what antigen. Quickly. Quickly, guys. Quickly. Incompatibility of one person's blood with another results from the action of a plasma antibodies against RBC's antigen. Okay, guys. So, some of you are correct, and that's fine. Listen, if you are not correct, don't feel bad or terrible in any way. The answer is true, not false. All right, and you need to understand why the answer is true. Look at the question properly. It says incompatibility. All right, so this is talking about the pathological basis of what transfusion reaction or blood incompatibility, and actually it stems directly from an immune-mediated type 2 hypersensitivity reaction. What am I talking about? Remember, type 2 hypersensitivity reaction, where a host plasma antibody binds to a foreign. You remember, plasma is like the outside, extracellular fluid, right? The antibody is outside. It's just like if you have if maybe you are in protective custody. For people that watch movies a lot, like me, if you're in protective custody, so if this my room is a protective custody, where will the FBI that are protecting me, where would they be? Would they be inside my room or outside? They will be outside. They can't be with me inside the room. So I need you to understand that. They can't be with me inside the room. So the antibodies are actually always what outside in the plasma. Why the antigens are on the red blood cell itself, inside the house. Do you understand the point? So that question is actually very, very correct. And it is the basis of agglutination. So whenever somebody is now coming, you understand, an antigen is coming, my antibody that is outside will just fight that antigen and chase it away. You feel me? And that's how the transfusion reaction works. So please, you need to remember this. So that incompatibility is actually true. All right. One person's blood with another result from the action of the plasma antibodies against. So plasma antibodies, assuming they say plasma antigens, that's where it becomes wrong, because antigens will not be in the plasma. Inside, it will be inside the house. It won't be outside. All right. I hope you remember that. Okay, let me try you with this. Let me try you with this now. Look at this question. RH incompatibility between a sensitized RH positive female and an RH negative fetus can cause hemolytic disease of newborn. True or false? Let's see. Guys, you don't need to look up anything. You don't need to Google anything. Just pick it as if you're in the hall. That will give you a true reflection of where you are. All right? Yes, I love the way you guys are thinking. So this thing is false because it just can you explain how hemolytic disease of newborn works? Okay, I will. But this just reverses the entire thing. Do you understand? It just reverses the entire thing. So listen, look, this is how it happens, right? RH positive means the person has that antigen D. That's the meaning of RH positive. Do you understand? Oh Jesus. So, for example, if the mother is negative, it means the mother does not have that antigen. Frankly, you asked the question, so I'm trying to explain it in the best way I can. It means the mother does not have what? That antigen. Make sense? Okay. That's if the mother, it has to be that the mother is RH negative. So if the mother doesn't have that antigen, then she now gave birth to a baby. Maybe her husband is RH positive. Then she now give birth to a baby. And that baby is RH positive. It means the baby has what? That's what? Antigen. Does it make sense? It means the baby has what? That antigen. So the mother's antibodies are busy looking at the antigen. They said, we don't have this antigen here. We can't recognize this antigen. This guy, this person is foreigner. He's a foreigner. But because of that first pregnancy, they'll be like, let's just watch him out. Let's see what this person is up to. Then the first baby will come, RH positive. First baby comes, stay his duration and do what? Go. Immediately the baby goes, all the anti-D, all the anti-D, because the mother didn't have antigen of D. So because of that, she has antibodies of D. So those antibodies of D will now call each other and say, you know what? Let's form more antibodies of D. In case of if this guy comes back again, we'll destroy him. That guy is a foreigner, it's an enemy. So if that mother gives birth to a second child that is anti-D, so that means that second child has an antigen D. What do you think will happen? Those antibodies that has now been produced, we do what? We attack it and kill it. And that is what we call what? Erythroblastosis what? Fetalis. So because of that, what do we do? Immediately that woman gives birth to that first child, 72 hours before 72 hours post birth, what we give the woman a Rogam. So that Rogam will stop her body from producing more antibodies against that anti-D. So if the woman gives birth to another child that's anti-D, that is RH positive, she will be fine. That child will be okay. If not, if she gives birth to another child, that child comes in, those antibodies, formed antibodies will kill it. So that medication is to stop her already antibodies, not to form more antibodies that can kill the next child. All right. So all the English is just about this. So we give Rogam to RH negative mothers to protect their future children after the first one. All right. So this place says RH incompatibility between a sensitized RH positive. Just once you just get there, it's false. Because we don't get it's the woman has to be negative. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so look for pointers in the equation if you want to know how to answer the question. The question says RH incompatibility between a sensitized RH positive female. Immediately you say RH positive female, then what are we talking about? No. Do you understand? So because it makes sense, RH positive means the woman has anti-D. Because she has anti-D, antigen D, not antibody D. Because she has antigen D, she will not have antibody D. So if her baby is RH negative, her baby does not have the antigen. No wahala, because she doesn't have the antibody. Because she has that antigen, she doesn't have the antibody. So that's how it will make sense to you. So if the baby comes, whether the baby is positive, whether the baby is negative, it doesn't matter because she has the antigen. But the problem is when she does not have it, when she's RH negative. Okay. Thank God we are even doing it so that at least you understand. So circulating WBC spend most of their lives in the bloodstream. True or false? True or false? Circulating WBC spend most of their lives. lives in the bloodstream. True or false? You guys are so correct. You guys are so correct. The answer is false because they patrol, they circulate, in loose connective tissues and lymphatic organs more than even in the bloodstream. All right, so that's why that answer is false. Look at this one. Lymphocytes secrete antibodies, coordinate actions of other immune cells, and serve in immune memory. True or false? This one is a giveaway now. True or false, guys? Quickly, guys. The tempo is dropping. Oh. Did I jinx it? The answer is the answer is true. What did I even ask? I said lymphocytes secrete. Okay, yes, the answer is true. Look at this question. Monocytes differentiate into large phagocytes called phagocytic cells. True or false? True or false? Yes, the answer is true. Monocytes turn into macrophages. Macrophages are phagocytic cells. You guys are so right. Please don't drop the tempo. Coagulation starts with a vascular spasm and ends with the formation of platelet plug. True or false? True or false? Coagulation starts with a vascular spasm and ends with the formation of platelet plug. Please, guys, the answer is false. Not true. Aha. It's actually vascular spasm, platelet plug, then coagulation. You understand? The last this thing is coagulation. Vascular spasm, platelet plug, and then what? Coagulation. Platelet plug is known as what? Primary hemostasis. Coagulation is what? The secondary hemostasis. That is the pathway. So vascular spasm, platelet plug, coagulation. So when they ask you, coagulation starts with vascular spasm and ends with formation of a platelet plug. No. If it forms platelet plug, then it has to coagulate. Coagulation is the last part of it. All right. Okay. So that answer is false. Not true. All right. Look at this question. Clotting deficiency can result from thrombocytopenia or hemophilia. True or false? True or false? Perfect. The answer is true. You guys are killing it this night. After a wound is sealed, tissue repair is followed by fibrinolysis. True or false? After a wound is sealed, tissue repair is followed by fibrinolysis. True or false? You guys are so right. So that is true. I think those are the 15 true or false questions. I think there are two more. I will get them. So now you guys are rugged in true or false questions, eh? Okay, guys. So let's jump into this. So I'll to be fast, I will pose the question here, then I'll pose the sub objectives in the the document page. Which of the following is not a function of the blood? Which of the following is not a function of the blood? Transports a variety of nutrients, helps to stabilize the pH of extracellular fluids, participates in the initiation of blood clotting, produces plasma hormones, helps to regulate temperature. Answer. This one is giveaway now. Okay. I hope you guys can see the options. I posted them. Transports a variety of protein A, nutrients A, helps to stabilize the pH of the extracellular fluids, participates in initiation of clotting. You guys are so correct. You you guys are so correct. All right. So oh boy. So why the blood is actually the primary vehicle for transporting hormones throughout the cardiovascular system, all right? But the blood itself does not produce them, the hormones. Hormones are secreted into the blood by different endocrine glands. We already discussed them in endocrinology, like pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, all those things, all right? They secrete into even things like the kidneys, the heart, the GI. They also are endocrine organs. They secrete into the blood. So the blood is just a transporter for those things. So it doesn't produce plasma hormones. Okay. So you guys are correct. This question looks interesting. Which of the following is not contained in the Buffy codes? We have the lymphocytes, we have the granulocytes, we have the erythrocytes, we have the agranulocytes, we have the platelets. Answer. Lymphocytes, granulocytes, erythrocytes, agranulocytes, platelets. Answer. I'm looking for a way to put this page orientation. I don't like the way this thing looks. Okay. Okay, you guys are right, eh? Erythrocytes. It's not contained in the Buffy codes. Yeah. Erythrocytes are the red one that is heavy down. All right. Okay. That's when you do hematocrit. Okay. So let's see this question. So as I mentioned, the hematocrit, let's see if you know the exact. A normal hematocrit is dash of the total blood volume. A normal hematocrit is dash of the total blood volume. Less than 1%. 47 to 63%, 25 to 37%, 42 to 45%, 37% to 52%. Quickly, guys. A normal hematocrit is dash of the total blood volume. Normal hematocrit, because you need to know the normal. Remember, what we are doing is anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is location, 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 and structure, structure, structure. Physiology is what? Function, function, function. You need to know the normal before you be able to know the what? The one that is not normal. Okay. Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is 37% to 52%. I love this. I am loving this. So this question says, which of the following is not normally found in the plasma? Which one is not normally found in the plasma? Which of the following is not normally found in the plasma? Let's see people that knows the contents of the plasma. Come on, guys. Which one is not normally found in the plasma? See, the glycogen, is it fibrinogen, is it glucose, is it urea, is it albumin? Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is glycogen. It's not found in the plasma, right? Okay, so look at this question, guys. Very fast. I like the way we are very fast now. Which of the following proteins is not normally found? Oh, no, I asked the same questions, right? No. This question, I posted the options here. Which of the following proteins is not normally found in the plasma? Oh, the same question. Oh, the same question, different options. The first one is which is not normally found in the plasma. This one is which protein is not normally found in the plasma. Come on, guys. You guys are so correct. The answer is hemoglobin. All right. The answer is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin, we find it in the red blood cell, not the plasma. Remember that. Okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. So you need to be able to differentiate when they're asking you about the plasma and when they're asking you about the red blood cell. All right. So look at this question. This question is asking, what is the most abundant protein in the plasma? Which one? We know proteins that are found in the plasma, right? Like now, you guys know that proteins like albumin, transferrin, prothrombin, fibrinogen, they are found in the plasma. But which one is found in plasma the highest? Quickly, guys. Yes, the answer is what? Albumin. You guys are so correct. The answer is albumin. All right. I hope everybody understands. So, which of the following would not decrease the blood oncotic pressure? COP. Which one? Which one? So, I will give you the options here. We have severe liver failure. Hold on. We have severe liver failure. We have a diet predominantly based on red meat. We have starvation. We have extremely low protein diets. We have hypoproteinemia. Which one? Which of the following would not increase the blood osmotic pressure? Nice one. Keep going. Okay, guys. So let me explain it. Are we ready? Yes. Okay. So the answer is a diet predominantly based on red meat. A diet predominantly based on red meat. They say which of the following would not decrease blood osmotic pressure? Which will not decrease? So first of all, yes, the answer is B. Which one? A diet predominantly based on red meat. That's B. The answer is B, guys. Yes. Somebody said, wow. First of all, just relax. Take in deep air. Breathe in and breathe out. Drink cold water. Chill. Okay. So, guys, listen. You need to first of all understand the pathophysiology of whatever they're asking you. All right? They are talking about colloid osmotic pressure. Did you remember when I was teaching Reynolds? You remember when I was talking about the forces that want to keep the fluid in the blood, and the one that pushes the fluid out of the blood into the tubes? If you can remember, I don't know the people that were in class when I was discussing it. Me and one of the students were opposite each other with our hands. And can you remember the particular force I represented that day? The pressure? I represented what did I represent again? Perfect. Thank you. You are there. Hydrostatic blood pressure. All right. Now there are two pressures that were fighting against me. Those two pressures are what? Oncotic pressure and what? Capsular pressure. So what they are asking is colloid osmotic pressure is the same thing as that oncotic pressure. It's the same thing. I even measured this in class. So this thing is the osmotic pressure, all right, pulling force exerted by large proteins. So what causes oncotic pressure is large proteins. Example, albumin, because albumin is the most predominant. Albumin. So this albumin is usually trapped in intravascular spaces, right? So they help to, drag water. You understand? Stop water from leaving. You understand the point now? So because they cannot, easily cross the semi-permeable capillary endothelium, right? So they pull water into the blood vessels, thereby opposing hydrostatic pressure that want to push water outside the blood vessels into the renal tubules. So I need you guys to first of all understand the magnitude of COP. COP is colloid osmotic pressure or oncotic pressure, the one I was describing initially. So now that you understand what it's about, do you understand? It means that therefore any condition that we drop the protein concentration, any condition that we drop the concentration will decrease what? COP. Any condition that we drop the osmotic COP, we do what? That's any condition that will lead to proteinemia will decrease. And the question they're asking you, which one would not decrease? So what you are looking for in that, you're asking yourself, which one will not reduce the amount of what? Amount of proteins amount of proteins or albumin in my bloodstream. That's how you ask yourself that question. That's what I want you to ask. So I need you guys to ask yourself the question and look at the options again. Are we together? Ask yourself that question and look at the options again. If you have severe liver failure, what will it lead to? Liver produces what? Proteins. Yes, now. So if you have severe liver failure, what will it lead to? Protein will decrease. That one out. Hypoproteinemia, low protein. That one out. Extremely low protein diet. That one. You see, that's how if you see extremely low protein diet and hypoproteinemia and severe liver disease, they are the same thing. So those ones out. If you starve yourself, that means you are not taking enough protein. Your protein drops. That one out. So what are you left? A diet predominantly based on what? Red meat. Because red meat has enough protein. So do you understand? I don't know. You need to make sense to you. So if you are eating a diet predominantly based on red meat, it will not decrease your blood oncotic pressure because the proteins are still what? There, balanced. But anything that will lead to your protein reducing will cause what? Decrease in what? Blood oncotic osmotic pressure. It's clear now, right? Good. So if you don't understand it, I try to break it down because there are some people that are not nurses in this session. Trust me. I have a lot of people that are not nurses here. So I'm trying to break it as much as possible so that you will be able to just, by mere listening, understand what I'm saying without even reading it anymore. Even when you're in the clinic, if they ask you this question, you answer it the way I answered it, and you'll be fine. And if you're in the clinic, if you answer it like this, and they'll be like, oh, wow, who taught you? Nchebe. And if they ask you, and if you don't know it, and they say, oh, who taught you? Please, you don't know me, or don't call my name if you don't remember what I just explained. Okay. So the answer is a diet predominantly based on red meat, all right? Okay. Yeah, so if you don't know, if they ask you a question in the clinic, when you guys are in the clinic and you don't know it, please don't call my name. Don't say Nchebe. I'll deny you. Okay, look at this question, guys. Serum is essentially identical to plasma except for the absence of what? Fibrinogen, nitrogenous waste, platelets, glucose, albumin. I've already discussed serum before. Answer, guys. Serum is essentially identical to plasma except for what does plasma has that serum doesn't have? That's what they're just asking you. Very direct. Come on, what's dropping the tempo? Did I take too long in the explanation? Yeah, I just have to explain so that you guys will understand the concepts. Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is fibrinogen. Please don't forget that. Once there is no fibrinogen in the plasma, that plasma is serum, all right? Look at this question. This question is asking about tissues. Tissues can become edematous, that's swollen, when which of the following occurs? We have a colloid osmotic pressure is high, when COP is high. There is hyperproteinemia. The concentration of sodium and proteins in blood is high. Hematocrit is high. Protein, there's a dietary protein deficiency. Answer, guys. If you notice the question, you see that there are three options that are the same thing. If they are the same thing, then they can never be the answer. If they are the same thing, they can never be the answer. Come on, guys, let's go. Chat, let's go. Let chat increase. Okay, I'm now in my number 2. I hope my blood pressure doesn't reduce. So. This is nice. You guys are so correct. You guys are so correct. Like, it means that you guys got the concept. You see, there's dietary protein deficiency. When you have protein deficiency, you start having edema. You understand? That's exactly what happens to all these people that has a kwashiorkor. You understand? If you notice, they say colloid osmotic pressure is high. That's protein being high. There's hyperproteinemia, protein being high. Concentration of sodium and protein in blood is high, protein being high. You see? Hematocrit, no, has nothing to do. Okay, guys. You guys are powering. You guys are powering. I love it. Okay, look at this question. Where does myeloid hematopoiesis take place in adults? We have thymus, we have spleen, we have red bone marrow, we have yellow bone marrow, we have liver. Quickly. Where does myeloid hematopoiesis take place? This is the easiest question they can give you. And I pray you see something like this. Charts keep going up. Charts keep going up. Perfect. You guys are so right. The answer is red bone marrow. That's C. If you get it, clap for yourself. It means that you're doing well. Okay, look at the next question. The viscosity of blood is due more to the presence of dash than to any other factor. Fibrin, albumin, sodium, erythrocytes, nitrogenous waste. What determines how fast blood moves? What determines how fast or slow blood moves? Come on, guys. Chat. Let's go, please. How many people here? 28 people. Chat, let's go. Let's go. Chat, let's go, guys. Let's go. Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is erythrocytes. It determines a lot. It determines the viscosity, all right? That's why we have something we call polycythemia, all right? When it's too much. Different types of polycythemia, but we'll discuss that more later on. Look at this question. Erythrocytes transport oxygen and dash. What does erythrocyte transport? They transport oxygen. They do what else? Defend the body against pathogens. A. Initiate blood clotting. B. Regulate erythropoiesis. C. Transports nutrients. D. and transports some carbon dioxide. Quickly, guys. Quickly. Chat. Let's go. Chat, let's go, guys. Yes, the answer is transports some carbon dioxide. Yeah, so it focuses more on transportation of oxygen and also transportation of carbon dioxide. Remember, we are talking about what? Yeah, erythrocytes, that are red blood cells. So remember that. Look at this question, guys. Most oxygen is transported in the blood bound to what? Most oxygen is transported in the blood bound to what? The plasma membrane of erythrocytes, the alpha chains in hemoglobin, beta chains in hemoglobin, delta chains in hemoglobin, hem groups in hemoglobin. Answer. Most oxygen is transported in the blood bound to dash the plasma cells, a membrane of erythrocytes, alpha chains in hemoglobin, beta chains in hemoglobin, delta chains in hemoglobin, hem groups in hemoglobin. Quickly. Quickly. Quickly, guys. So, as I keep saying, answer this question as if you are in the hall. All right. The hall, you are not allowed to do your neck like this to look at somebody's book. Nobody will do it. So, better don't do it here. Just look at the question on your own and focus on it. You guys are so correct. The answer is hem groups in hemoglobin. Extremely correct. I like how fast we are moving today. Look at this question. What would happen if all of the hemoglobin contained within the red blood cell become free in the plasma? What will happen? It would considerably increase blood oxygen carrying capacity. It would facilitate delivery of oxygen into tissues supplied by small capillaries. It would facilitate oxygen diffusion into cells distant from blood capillaries. It would significantly increase blood colloid osmotic pressure. Come on, let's go, guys. Come on, chat. Let's go. What would happen if all the hemoglobin contained within the blood RBCs become free in the plasma? Yes, guys, the answer is D. It would significantly increase blood osmotic what? Pressure. And the reason is, the question is why? It's like that because it has a lot of protein. You understand? Protein load in it. All right. So under normal physiological condition, the protein load is inside the cell membrane of erythrocytes. Very, very important that you understand this. Do you understand? And remember, colloid osmotic pressure depends entirely on the number of individual dissolved solute particles in the blood rather than their mass. Do you understand? So, a lot of these solute particles will just pour into the blood and it becomes a problem. The answer is D. It will significantly increase blood colloid osmotic pressure. You understand? So immediately this thing happens, if all the hemoglobin in your body suddenly, or in somebody's body, not your body, guys, if all the hemoglobin in somebody's body suddenly ruptures out of the red blood cells, right, and dissolved freely directly into the plasma, it will be catastrophic. It will lead to extreme rise in colloid osmotic pressure, as the question says. Apart from that, it will lead to sharp rise in osmotic blood viscosity, to cause massive viscosity. Do you get? And also it will lead to renal failure. Very important that you know this. Okay, yes, the answer is D for somebody that was asking. Hold on. Okay, look at this question. Okay, look at this question, guys. An increased erythropoietin EPO output by the kidneys will lead to all of the following except: if there is a lot of production of red blood cells, what will it lead to? It will lead to all of these except. What will it not lead to, rather? That's what they're asking you. Quickly, guys. Quickly, guys. Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is A. Think about it. Everything there is talking about what? Increase the protein or red blood cell, increase blood osmolarity, of course, increase red blood cell production, of course, increase the blood viscosity. When a lot of red blood cells is produced, viscosity happens. Hematocrit increases, of course, because hematocrit is about red blood cell. I don't know if you understand. So, but this place say increase hypoxia. How can it be increased hypoxia when red blood cell carries what? Oxygen and CO2? So it doesn't make sense, right? Because if there is now a lot of red blood cells, right, it will carry a lot of oxygen, so you don't even think about hypoxia. So the answer is what? Increased hypoxia. You guys are so right. Like, you are too right. Okay, this question, guys. Let's see. Where do most red blood cells die? We have stomach and small intestine. We have red bone marrow. We have spleen and liver. We have lymph nodes and thymus. We have stomach and liver. For people that don't get what I said because I speak very fast, this is it. We have stomach and small intestine. We have red bone marrow. We have spleen and liver. We have lymph nodes and thymus. And we have stomach and liver. So where do most red blood cells die? Quickly, guys. Quickly. Where do they die? Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is spleen and liver. All right. If you get spleen and liver, clap for yourself. Actually, clap for yourself. Don't wait. Because I know some of you are sleepy. So when you clap for yourself, you'll be awake. Okay, guys. Look at this question. Very interesting. I love this question. Which of the following would not lead to polycythemia? You know what polycythemia is, right? I will have been mentioning polycythemia all through today. A, cancer line of the red bone marrow. B, iron deficiency. C, dehydration, emphysema, and excessive aerobic exercise. Which of them would not lead to red bone marrow? I stopped sharing what? No, I'm still sharing. Can't you see? Let me do my hair like this. Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? I don't see the choices. Is it only Frankie? Who else doesn't see the choices? Because I'm still there. It's not sharing. Hold on, guys. What is happening? Let me stop sharing. Hold on. Let me redo it. Let me share again. Can you see it now? If you can see it now, say yes. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much for calling my attention to it, because I don't know. You know, sometimes the system glitches. Yeah, perfect. You guys are the best. Okay, so let's go. So which of the following would not lead to polycythemia? Which one would not lead to polycythemia? Quickly, guys. Which of the following would not lead to polycythemia? Cancer of the erythropoietic line of the red bone marrow, iron deficiency, dehydration, emphysema, and excessive aerobic exercise. It's okay. If you don't know it, just tell me you don't know it. I will take my time to explain. All right. It's okay. The more 911, the better. Let me see. Sorry. Quickly, more. Okay, guys. So let me explain. Perfect. Let me explain. That's okay. First of all, the answer is iron deficiency. All right. The answer is iron deficiency. But calm down. That's fine. Don't stay being like, why? Just pay attention. Don't write. The spirit is telling me that somebody is writing right now. Please stop writing. Guys, understand the pathophysiology, you understand, of the entire equation. What is polycythemia? That's what you ask yourself right now. All right. So polycythemia is actually defined as abnormal increase in the total concentration of red blood cell. Abnormal increase in the total concentration of what? Red blood cell or hemoglobin in systemic circulation. Abnormal increase in total quantity of red blood cell in systemic what? Circulation. Do you understand the point? So you ask yourself, so the question says, which of the following would not lead to? What are they telling you? Which one will not cause high production of red blood cell? So ask yourself, what can lead to high production of what? Red blood cell. Let's start from iron deficiency. Let's start from cancer of the erythropoietic line of red blood cell. What does that mean? Do you understand? Why is it not the answer? This cancer forms what we call what? Primary polycythemia. How? Because it's a neoplastic mutation, causes rapid production of red blood cell. You know what cancer is? If this is red blood cell, right? Cancer will go and tell the bone marrow, oh yeah, instead of produce 10 per month, produce 1 million per month. That is cancer. So if cancer tells the red blood cell to produce, tells bone marrow to produce a lot of red blood cell, more than required, what will it lead to? It will lead to a lot of what? Red blood cell. What is polycythemia? Increased red blood cell. And the question is saying, which one will not lead to increased red blood cell? Cancer, out. That's what we call intelligent elimination in the exam. You eliminate a lot. Let's go to dehydration. Think about it. When you are dehydrated, what happens? Dehydration causes what we call what? Relative polycythemia. Do you understand? In dehydration, the amount of red blood cell is normal, but the amount of water in the blood is less. So what will it lead to? It will lead to what? It will lead to something we call hemoconcentrated blood. So the percentage of red blood cell per water will not be high. That is relative polycythemia. Because polycythemia is when the percentage of red blood cell is high, more than normal. And what are we checking the percentage on? The amount of red blood cell in the plasma, and plasma contains fluid. So if you are dehydrated, you will have something called relative polycythemia. Dehydration, out. What's the next one? Emphysema. Emphysema causes something we call what? Secondary polycythemia. What is emphysema? We discussed respiratory system, so I know all of you knows emphysema. Emphysema is what? Destruction of alveolar walls, right? And when this destruction of alveolar walls, what does it lead to? It leads to decreased gas exchange. If it leads to decreased gas exchange, what will it cause? It will cause your body to have what we call what? Hypoxia. The body is gasping for air. The body is choked. You guys know choking now. You know how some people like to be choked. That kind of thing. The body is choked. You are laughing. Stop laughing and pay attention. The body is choked. And if the body is not getting enough oxygen, think. What do you think the body will do? Immediately the bone will say, oh, this guy is not getting enough oxygen. Maybe because the vehicle carrying oxygen is not enough. So let me produce a lot of vehicle carrying what? Oxygen. The blood will immediately go into rapid mood. The bone marrow will immediately go into rapid mood, producing what? Red blood cell. Thereby leading to what? Too much red blood cell in the system, which is called what? Polycythemia. Wisdom. Put your hand on your head and say wisdom. So that's how emphysema leads to what? Polycythemia. Make sense? So the body adjusts. Then the last one is common sense. Now everybody knows that one. Aerobic exercise. This one leads to physiologic or secondary what? Polycythemia. When you are doing exercise, you need a lot of oxygen, right? So what does your body do? Your body will decide to produce a lot of red blood cell at that moment so that it can carry much more oxygen that you understand, because you need more oxygen. A lot of red blood cell is what? Polycythemia. You see? But though it's physiological, but it's polycythemia. But iron deficiency, let's think about iron deficiency, guys. Let's talk about iron deficiency. Why is iron deficiency? No, the question is, does iron deficiency cause high red blood cell or low red blood cell? Think. Fe2 plus, you understand, is an absolute core in the component of the hem group, which produces what? Hemoglobin. So if that iron is lacking, what will it lead to? Will hemoglobin be produced? No. Do you understand? So automatically, the production, the erythropoietic production will drop because there is no iron. That's why when you don't have iron, it's called what? Iron deficiency leads to what? Anemia. Anemia is what? Less blood, less red blood cell. So less red blood cell, yes, low RBC will not be polycythemia. Polycythemia is high RBC. So you see, everything, cancer leads to high RBC, dehydration leads to increased RBC, emphysema leads to increased RBC, exercise increased RBC. So 4 of them leads to what? Polycythemia. Whether it is pathologic or physiologic, it leads to what? Polycythemia, increased red blood cell. The only one that decreases red blood cell is what? Iron. Iron causes anemia. That's a reduced red blood cell. So iron is the only one that will not cause what? Polycythemia. And the question says, which of the following would not lead to polycythemia? The answer is what? Iron deficiency. Are we clear? I hope I did a good job explaining this thing. If you understand it, please tell me you understand it so that we can progress. Everybody, if you understand this, I need you to tell me yes. Okay. Okay, so since you get it, please, if you don't understand it by any chance, I need you to go back and do what? And look at it. Let me tell you, I don't mind we doing only blood this night. If you see any question on blood, don't fail one. Don't fail one. That's why I'm taking my time now, to do this. If you see any question on blood, you must not fail one. Look at this question. Which of the following is most likely cause of anemia? Ask yourself, what can cause anemia here? Let me give you the options. High altitude, air pollution other than by carbon monoxide, renal disease, smoking, any factor that creates a state of hypoxemia. This one is very straightforward now. Which of the following is the most likely to cause anemia? Don't mind me if I say it's straightforward though. If you get it wrong, that's fine. All right. Don't kill yourself don't beat yourself about it, rather. So, but attempt. I need you, don't stop Googling. Somebody yes, father. Yes, father. Yes. Somebody is Googling. Somebody is going to Google, and that person's name starts with A. That name starts with A. Somebody is going to Google. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep going. It's okay if you are not clear about it. Keep going. I like the fact that a lot of you attempted this question. All right. No, it's fine. The answer is C, renal disease. All right. And how you need to understand how the kidney plays a role in your blood production. Listen, guys, the kidneys are oxygen sensors. No, it's okay. No, the answer is C, not E. The kidneys are oxygen sensors. The kidney has something we call specialized peritubular interstitial cells. It is within the cortex, and it's very, very sensitive to the partial pressure of oxygen. Very, very sensitive. You understand? To the partial pressure of oxygen. So immediately, if tissue oxygen drops, those cells, all right, interstitial cells, immediately start producing a lot of what? Erythropoietin. Thank you. Erythropoietin. Thank you. You mentioned it. They produce a lot of erythropoietin. So the erythropoietin increases. You understand? The normal production of erythropoietin is around 85%. It will increase to maybe like 90 or 100% or 90 something percent. Pew! The erythropoietin will now go to the bone marrow and tell the bone marrow, oh yeah, this person has low oxygen. Bam, the bone marrow will start producing. So it's what senses anemia and tells the bone marrow. So if somebody has a kidney problem, a renal disease, especially chronic renal disease, those chronic renal disease, what will it do? It will go and destroy the parenchyma of the kidney. That place that produces what? The interstitial cells. So if there is no interstitial cell, will anything cause the production of erythropoietin? No. If there is no upregulation of erythropoietin, will it lead to red bone marrow producing erythrocytes? No. You see? So the question says, which of the following is most likely to cause anemia? So because of that, the person will start having anemia because the bone marrow, the bone will not be producing because of lack of what? Erythropoietin, and lack of interstitial what? Cells that produce erythropoietin. Okay, guys, I hope you understand that. Every other thing will lead to increased production, like smoking. Smoking causes emphysema as well. Do you understand? And COPD, which, when you are not breathing well, your body sees you as if you are choking, and your body starts producing a lot of blood. So every other thing increases. Only renal disease decreases. You feel me? Okay, so I really need you guys to know the concepts, Anatomy is all about what? Concept. Nursing is all about what? Concept. So the answer is renal disease. Okay, so let's fly off. Hold on. This one is a giveaway question. Let's see. Please pay attention. What is the final product of breakdown of the organic non-protein moiety of hemoglobin? What is the final breakdown of the organic non-protein moiety of hemoglobin? Biliverdin, bilirubin, globin, hem, iron. Quickly. No, I didn't put the options. I already called the options. And this one, you don't really need, do you? I already called the options now. Biliverdin, bilirubin, globin. Let me just put it because of Frankie. Biliverdin, bilirubin, globin, hem, iron. Answer. I stopped sharing again. Really? Sorry. I don't know. I have to know what is wrong with this thing. I think it should be back now. Quickly, guys. Okay, guys. The question is asking you, what is the final product of breakdown of the organic non-moiety of hemoglobin? First of all, hemoglobin is divided into hem and globin, right? Globin is the protein part. So this globin will be broken down into what? Into protein and amino acids and be recycled back, right? Everybody knows that one. Then the second part is the hem. That is that organic non-protein what? Moiety. That hem comprises of one, iron. So in that breakdown, iron will be extracted, iron will be removed, and iron will be bound to transfer in the plasma, right? And recycled back to the bone marrow for production of new blood. All right. Then after iron is removed, what happened? The remaining stuff is converted to what? A green pigment called what? Biliverdin. Biliverdin. Do you understand? So that biliverdin is now acted upon by an enzyme inside the cell, cytosolic enzyme, known as what? Biliverdin reductase. It will reduce that green biliverdin, reduce it, you understand, into a yellow pigment or yellow orange pigment that we call what? Bilirubin. Bilirubin. Unconjugated or indirect bilirubin. So our body does not have the enzymes to break down what? Bilirubin. You understand? So bilirubin is the what? The true final organic breakdown, degradation of hemoglobin. So you guys have to remember that. You understand? You guys have to remember that. There are a lot of ways we can remove bilirubin, all right? But I'm not discussing that now. We can the body can just conjugate it. You understand? And secrete it into bile. You understand? Some bile enter duodenum, converted to urobilinogen. You understand? Yeah, it's excreted in the urine as urobilin and in the feces as tachybilin. That's how the body breaks this thing down. Remember, urine, urobilin, feces, tachybilin. All right? So in your head now, you should know how that breakdown, how it happens. I'll show you a picture, but I'm coming to that. Oh boy. So are we clear on that? The answer is bilirubin, not biliverdin. The answer is bilirubin, guys. Why is this thing? So look at this question. Look at this question, guys. Yeah. Correction of hypoxemia is regulated by what? A self-amplifying mechanism, an enzymatic amplification, a positive feedback loop, a negative feedback loop, a cascade effect. Quickly, guys. Okay, yeah, you guys are correct. The answer is negative feedback. It's normal now. You understand? Low arterial oxygen level, hypoxemia, right? Immediately, the sensor, which is the renal cortex, produces it has interstitial cells. It doesn't produce, it has interstitial cells. Those interstitial cells produces what? Erythropoietin, right? Those erythropoietin goes to the bone marrow and causes what? Increase what? Erythropoiesis. And it's correct. That is what? Negative feedback. All right? You have to put this thing in your head, as I just said it. Okay, a deficiency of dash can cause pernicious anemia. We have vitamin C, we have iron, we have vitamin B12, we have EPO secretion, we have folic acid. Deficiency of what will lead to pernicious anemia? Deficiency of what will lead to pernicious anemia? Quickly. Quickly, guys. Okay, yes, guys. The answer is pernicious anemia, vitamin B12. Does anybody have a problem? This anemia usually happens when people, maybe like your intrinsic factor, maybe like these people that they cut off some part of their stomach, or maybe they have autoimmune attack, right? It destroys the intrinsic factor, because intrinsic factor is something that helps to coat the vitamin B12 that you eat to bypass the acidic layer of the stomach into the ileum. Do you understand? To be absorbed in the ileum. Do you get? So if it doesn't happen, and vitamin B12 goes to the bloodstream, right? It helps specifically for the synthesis of something we call hey Jesus, what's the name of this? Thymidine nucleotide. Yes, thymidine nucleotide. Vitamin B12 helps to produce thymidine nucleotide. So that thymidine nucleotide is something that helps for the bone marrow to replicate its cell, so that it will be able to produce what the correct red blood cells. All right. So I don't want to go into the pathology. I don't want to go into the pathology. The answer is vitamin B12, pernicious anemia. Very, very important. We also call it megaloblastic anemia. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about. I have very few questions to go. Let's talk about. But we need to treat blood very, very well, so that everybody will. If you see any question on blood, you don't feel it. Look at this question. Which of the following is not true regarding sickle cell disease? It is caused by excessive allele that modifies the structure of hemoglobin. A. It is due to hereditary hemoglobin defect. B. It is advantageous in that it can protect carriers against hemorrhaging. Um, it is a cause of malaria. It's a cause of anemia. Quickly, guys. Which of the following is not true? Okay. This one is here looking at you in the face. We are no longer fast enough. What is happening? The ball has not started now. Has it started? I don't think so. I don't know. Yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is D. So I'm moving. Everybody got it right. So I'm moving. No explanation necessary, I guess. Look at this question, guys. The ABO blood group is determined by dash in the plasma membrane of red blood cells. This one is very straightforward. Glycolipids, glycoproteins, antibodies, antigen antibody complexes, agglutinins. The ABO blood group is determined by dash in the plasma membrane. Quickly, 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 quickly. Let's see. Quickly. Quickly, guys. Quickly, 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 quickly. Quickly, guys. Yes, the answer is glycolipids. The answer is glycolipids. And I'm moving. Look at this question. Look at this question, guys. What's the answer? A person with type A blood can safely donate RBCs to someone of type dash and can receive RBCs from someone of type dash. This one is giveaway now, so we should know this. You should know. If you just look at the options, you look at it and smile and pick your answer quickly, guys. This question shouldn't take you 2 minutes. You don't have 2 minutes, so you don't even have 1 minute. You have less. Quickly, guys. Yes, you are so correct. You guys are so correct. The answer is A, B, and O. Yes. Look at this question, guys. A person with a person with type AB. Let me paste this question option here. A person with type AB blood has dash RBC antigen. Which antigen does that person have? This one is very like this one. You do like you pick your answer. These are the kind of questions you use to save time on your exam. You understand? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. When somebody is blood AB, what is the antigen now? This is very straightforward. You guys are so correct. The answer is AB. You understand? Look at this question, guys. A little tricky, but interesting. Oh boy. Why why are pregnant are because of absence of antigen D? Okay. Why are pregnant RUH females, RH negative females given an injection? I've already explained this, and I shouldn't even have asked this question. I've already explained this thing. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? Or is it E? Absence of antigen. Which one is it? Which option? The thing is too big to read it. Is I'm so lazy to read it. Which option is that? Quickly, guys, I need you to read it, understand it, and pick your answer. Quickly, 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 quickly. No time. No time to say no time. So you guys are very correct. If you pick A, you are correct. Antibodies in the injection bind fatal RBC antigens so they cannot stimulate her immune system to produce what? Anti-D antibodies. That is the right answer, right? And I've explained this thing before, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it. Now, they may ask you, See, I want to jump some questions. All of you know universal donor now. Universal donor is O RH negative. That's universal donor. So I'm not going to ask that question. All right. I don't want to waste our time. Universal donor is O RH negative. If you don't know that one, then you don't know me. You never met me. Okay. What's the answer to this question? Even without option, people should get the answer. What's the answer? An individual has type B, Rh positive blood. The individual has dash antigen and can produce dash antibody. This is very straightforward now. Quickly, my people, quickly. Quickly, guys. Quickly, guys. The simplest thing here. That's where everybody is keeping quiet. What is happening now? An individual has type B. If you have type B blood, first of all, which antigen do you have? Type B and Rh positive. Which antigens do you have? This is very straightforward now. Sure. Yes, you have. If you have type B, that means your antigen is B and you are producing antibody. What? Your antigen is B. Yes, first of all. And you are producing antibody A. That one is straightforward now. And if you have a Rh positive, it means you have antigen D. So the answer is what? B. Right? Yes. The answer is B. Yes. B, D, antibody A. Yes. So you have antigen B and antigen D. And antibody what? A. I hope you understand how we derive that answer. You must understand it. You must understand it. Because if you understand it, you will know why some people cannot donate blood and why some others can. Okay, fine. Let me ask that question. I didn't want to ask it initially, but let's see. Look at this question. I need you to read that question, make it make sense to you. ASAP, please. The main reason why an individual with type AB, Rh negative blood cannot donate blood to an individual with type A, Rh positive blood is because of dash. No, it's okay. It's okay. As far as you understand the concept, I'm good to go. The rationale, I'm good to go. All right. So look at this one. Tell me your answer. The main reason why an individual with type AB, Rh negative blood, cannot donate blood to an individual with type A, Rh positive blood is because of dash. Oh, didn't I separate this thing properly? Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Why? Quickly. The main reason why an individual with type AB. If you have type AB, Rh negative blood, you cannot donate blood to an individual with what? Type A. Why? If you don't know it, I want you to write 911 so that I will be able to explain. If you don't write 911, I'll just mention the answer and I'll move. Good. So if the answer is E. Look at the question, my people. They say the main reason, type AB. If somebody has type AB, you understand? It means that the person has antigen A and antigen what? B. Antigen A and antigen what? B. And if the person has an antigen A and antigen B, right? It means that that person doesn't have any antibody. Now, if that person gives blood to somebody that has type A, think about it. Type A means the person has antigen A, antibody what? B. So if you take a blood of AB and you are giving to somebody that has antibody B, the antibody B will attack B now. So you attack B. So that's why the AB cannot donate to what? A. So you attack it. It's a simple thing if you understand the concept. That's why I said you really need to understand this, because if you understand, you can answer a whole lot of questions on it. All right. So if you look at that D, that E, the E say antibody, B antibodies in the recipient. We what? Agglutinate RBCs of what? The donor. So most of you said, let me see what most of you chose. Somebody chose B. So let me look at B. B says anti-A antibodies in the recipient. The recipient cannot have anti-A antibody because the recipient has antigen B, antigen A rather. I don't know. You need to understand it. The recipient is blood group what? A. Blood group A means that recipient has antigen A and antibody B. So that's what makes that your option B wrong. All right. Then somebody chose again what? D. Let me look at D. D says anti-D antibodies in the donor we agree. No, now. No, that's not what is making. First of all, is it anti-D antibodies in the donor? The main reason why an individual with a type AB RH negative. No. That's not. We don't really look at that D at all. You understand? That's why they say the main reason. D can be there, but it's not the main reason. That's just my point. All right. D, that answer would have been correct if E is not in the option. That's how I want you to think. So the when you are talking about incompatibility, you are talking about ABO blood system, not rhesus. Whenever you are thinking about rhesus, please think about mother and child, not in transfusion. Despite the fact that we know that negative O is the best, fine. But I hope you understand what I'm saying, guys. Do you understand, please? I'm explaining it because most of you got it wrong. That's why I'm explaining it. Do you understand? Please tell me yes. I want to know how many people here. I want to know how many people here. So tell me yes. Please, you guys should leave this board that you are watching. Later you can watch it again. I know most of you are busy watching ball. I'm getting only 4 years in 1 minute. What are they playing? Congo and Colombia. They are playing 0-0. So I don't like games that are 0-0. Okay, guys, that's fair. Look at this question, guys. It's a heavy question, kinda. But it will solidify your understanding of RH compatibility. All right. A female's first pregnancy is normal, but her second pregnancy results in hemolytic disease of the newborn. That's erythroblastosis, erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay. The second child needed a transfusion to completely replace the agglutinating blood. The mother is most likely type dash, and both children are most likely dash. Quickly, guys, quickly. Quickly, guys. Quickly, guys. Quickly, guys. Only six people. One, two, three, four, only five people. The match is very, I don't know, it's kind of boring. I don't know why you people are distracted with the match. Okay, guys, the answer is A, all right? Everybody got it right. A, both children are A. Then the mother is most likely A, RH negative, and both children are B, RH positive. Okay, so that makes sense. So the answer is A, guys. So you are very correct. Everybody got it right. So I believe all of you understand the question. So let's talk about formed elements. What is the least abundance? I don't want to ask this question, but let me just ask it. What are the least abundant of the formed elements? We have platelets, we have basophils, we have erythrocytes, we have neutrophils, we have eosinophils. What are the least abundant of the formed elements? What are the least abundant? We have platelets, we have basophils, we have erythrocytes, we have neutrophils. Let me post it. And we have eosinophils. Quickly, guys. Philistines. What are you talking about? We have platelets, we have basophils, we have erythrophils, we have neutrophils, we have eosinophils. Which one is the least abundant? Why is everybody typing Philistines? Okay, guys, pay attention. Let me tell you these three things instead of asking them as questions because I don't have time. If they ask you what is the most abundant of the formed elements, or sorry, the least abundant of the formed elements, it's always basophils. It's the least. And if they're asking you the most abundant agranulocytes, it is lymphocytes. It is lymphocytes. Pay attention. No? If the question is what are the most abundant agranulocytes, remember the formed elements are granulocytes and agranulocytes. The most it is agranulocytes is lymphocytes. Make sense? And if they ask you which one increases when there is bacterial infection, it's neutrophil. Which one is even the most abundant? It's still neutrophil. But which one is the most abundant agranulocytes? It's lymphocytes. Make sense? If they ask you which one helps in production of or secreting histamine and heparin, remember it is basophil. I hope you are getting this in your head now. It is basophil because that's another one they will ask. I'm trying to jump all these things so that I don't waste time with those questions. They are cheap questions. Okay. I hope you got that down. So if you don't, please go back and go back to the video later, put it on slow-mo, and look at it very well. So look at this, guys. Leukopoiesis begins with the differentiation of dash, hematopoietic stem cells, precursor cells, colony-forming units, myoblasts, and lymphoblasts. Quickly, guys. Quickly. No time to waste. No time to waste. First of all, I have only 16 people here. Why? Are you guys still doing the lecture? I thought the lecture finished at 9. Oh, it finished at 9. So what is happening? Why is the number low? Anyway, the answer is stem cells, all right? When they ask you the beginning, it's always stem cells. That's hematopoietic stem cells. Always. Some lymphocytes can survive as long as decades, all right? Remember that what I just said now. Some lymphocytes can survive as long as decades, not weeks, not months, not years, decades. And also, leukocytosis is when white blood cell is from 10,000 and above. When they see white blood cell from 10,000 and above, it's usually they usually call it leukocytosis, which I feel because of the company. Okay, look at this question, guys. Quickly. What is the largest leukocyte that contains small cytoplasmic granules and typically a kidney or horseshoe-shaped nucleus? Monocyte, lymphocyte, neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil. What's the answer, guys? What is the largest that contains small cytoplasmic granules and typically a kidney or horseshoe-shaped? Yes, the answer is A. The answer is A. Look at this question. Interesting. Because even the answer is to that question is A, guys, monocytes. Look at this question. This question says the cessation of bleeding, specifically, let me see. The cessation of bleeding is specifically called dash. The cessation of bleeding is specifically called dash. Vascular spasm, homeostasis, hemiostasis, platelet plug, coagulation. What was the answer? Quickly, guys. Yes, the answer is hemostasis. C. Look at this question. When a clot is no longer needed, fibrin is dissolved. What dissolves fibrin? What dissolves fibrin? When a clot is no longer needed, fibrin is dissolved by what? Quickly, guys. Prothrombin, thromboplastin, kallikrein, plasmin, platelet-derived growth factor. Which one? Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. I have like 5 more questions. Yes, if you pick D, you're correct. All right. The answer is plasmin. That's what dissolves clots. You understand? It's plasmin. Okay. Look at this question, guys. Look at this question, guys. Most strokes and heart attacks are caused by the abnormal clotting of blood in an unbroken vessel. Moreover, a piece of the clot, dash clot, may break loose and begin to travel in the bloodstream as and what? It will break loose and start traveling as and what? What's the answer to what? The other one is plasmin. And please, if they ask you where does most clotting factors, where are they synthesized in the body? It is in the liver. In the liver. In the liver. Okay, so answer this question. So yes, you guys are so correct. The answer is A. A piece of cloth is thrombus. Then it travels as what? Embolus. Very important that you know that. Look at this question, guys. Just 2 more questions to go for me. Look at this question. A patient suffering from ketoacidosis caused by an unregulated high protein diet, which function of the blood has been compromised? Stabilizing fluid distribution in the body, stabilizing the body's pH, protecting against microorganisms, transporting nutrients, transporting hormones. A patient is suffering from ketoacidosis caused by an unregulated high protein diet. Which function of the blood has been compromised? Yes, you guys are so correct. It's pH. Ketoacidosis has to do with pH. Acidosis has to do with pH. Look at this question, guys. What's the answer to this question? Yes, you guys are so correct in that question. Which of the following might be injected into a patient who is prone to forming blood clots and therefore at risk of a heart attack or stroke? Which one? Which of the following might be injected into this patient who is prone to forming blood clots and at risk of heart attack or stroke? Thromboplastin, fibrinogen, fibrin, heparin, factor X. Yes, guys, you guys are so correct. It's heparin. And also, they may ask you blood clots in the limbs. Put the patient most at risk for what? Pulmonary embolism. It will go around the body and enter the lungs and block the lungs. Pulmonary what? Embolism. All right. Okay. So let's see. So look at this picture. This picture, they may ask you a question like this. The figure shows the correction of hypoxemia by a negative feedback loop. What should go in the box labeled 1? Guys, what should be in the box labeled 1? What option? Secretion of erythropoietin, secretion of gastroferrin, increased osteoblast activity, decreased osteoclast activity, calcitrol secretion. Which one, guys? Yes, the answer is secretion of erythropoietin. That's A. Yes, very, very important that you understand that. What if they ask you B? If they ask you what is B? Sorry, what is box label 2? What is the box label 2? And they give you this option. What's box label 2? You guys are so correct. Box label 1 is erythropoietin production. What's box label 2? Quickly, guys. We can't see. You can't see. I don't understand. You can't see what? We can't see. If you can't see, let me stop sharing and share again. Can you see now? So box level 1 is box level 2 is what? Yes, box 2 is accelerated erythropoiesis. It's still A. Yes. Perfect. It's still A. It's still A. Yes, you are correct. All of you are correct. So box 1 is erythropoietin, box 2 is erythropoietin accelerated. So look at these guys. You should be able to know what box 1 and box 2 is. Guys, what is box 1 and what is box 2? Quickly, guys. What is box 1? What is box 2? What's box? No, you have to write two answers. What's box 1? What's box 2? You have to write two answers. You guys are so correct. The one is hem. Second one is what? Globin. Hem and globin. Perfect. So look at this diagram. I believe everybody can see this diagram. They ask you a series of questions on this diagram. You understand? And it's very important that you understand it. They say, what is 4? What is 1? What is 2? What is 3? What is 4? So I want you to write, let me see. If you study the diagram very well, you need to study the diagram very well. I need you to look at the diagram and understand it. So tell me, I want you to write what is, let me just ask you two. What is 1 and what is 4? What is number 1 and what is number 4? Write the two answers. What is 1 and what is 4? What blood group is labeled 1 and what blood group is labeled 4? So if your first answer will be, 1, and your second answer will be what? 4. You can see the numbering. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. What's 1? What is 4? What is 1? What is 4? What is 1? What is 4? Oh boy. Quickly, guys. Don't know if I'll bring out these pictures. Okay, guys. One, because those are the two that they usually ask. I'm telling you. The one in that question is blood group O. One in that question is blood group O. One in that question is blood group O. And I don't know how to explain this thing for you to be able to understand it. But if you look at it very well, that chain sticking out, look at the chain sticking out, right? It contains only the two galactose sugars and one terminal fructose. So two galactose sugars and one terminal fructose. That's what it contains, right? No extra. You understand? It's very, very unique. So the meaning that the individual lacks active glycosyl transferase enzymes. You understand? So the baseline structure is like H antigen. I'm looking at it now. I'm trying to explain it very well. The baseline is H antigen, which corresponds clinically to type O blood. So you see, if I go deep into this explanation, you may not get it. It may really confuse you. But what you need to know is that one is blood group O. If you have your pen now, write it. If you see this question, this picture, because it's the same picture. There's no two ways about it. It's the same picture. They are just asking you the in-depth of the sugars, how we were able to differentiate the different blood groups. So the type 1, the number 1 there is O, and number 4 there is let me look at it very well. Number 4 is AB. Yes, so number 4 is AB. It's just a demonstration of genetic codominance. I'm not teaching you genetics right now. It's genetic codominance. All right. Number 4 is AB. Number 2 is B, blood group B. And number 3 is A. So let me take it in order. Number 1 is O. You don't know the number, they will ask you. Somebody say no picture in the test. Why am I showing pictures if there's no picture in the test? Please, box 1 is O. Box 2, number 2 is B. Number 3 is A. And number 4 is AB. So if they give you this question in the exam, it's the same diagram. They ask you number 1, you are thinking of O. Number 2, number 2 is B. So O, B, A, A, B. O, B, A, A, B. If they ask you, identify box 3, just tell them it's A. Identify box 2, tell them it's blood group B. Identify box 4. And anybody that asks that question means that that person was not in the first review, because I've been saying the same thing over and over. It means that the person didn't watch the video. You get? And if you don't by today, that is Tuesday, then it's a problem. Okay, guys. I hope you understand that. I really don't want to go too much. Let me see if there's any other diagram. Yes. Look at this diagram. This diagram, they may be asking you what is indicated by the arrow. What is indicated by the arrow? Is it antigens or antibodies? What is indicated by the arrow? Guys, what is indicated by the arrow? Talk to me, please. Oh, Colombia has scored. No wonder all of you keep quiet. What's indicated by the arrow? Antibodies. You guys are so correct. The answer is antibodies. Okay, so let me see if there's any other question. If they ask you this one, you will know this one now. This one is very straightforward. Look at this question. Look at this diagram. In case of if this diagram comes out, this subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. What is the blood groups of each and every one of them? I want you to write 1, this, 2, this in one line and post it for me as an answer. Quickly, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is their blood groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, 2, 0. Hey. Two zero, my dear Congo brothers. At least you guys tried and came to the World Cup. What of Nigeria that did not come to the World Cup? Guys, I need you to tell me the blood groups of these individuals. There are 4 individuals there. The subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4. Write 1, you write the blood group 2, blood group 3, blood group 4, blood group, the 4 of them. Quickly, please. That will be the last question under blood. Quickly, guys. Type all of them in one line so that I'll be able to see it. This person just did exactly what I wanted. Only one person did exactly what I said. It's not true. It's not true. If that's what I said, that means that wasn't the question I was answering. If there is no diagrams in your exams, why am I bringing diagram? Yesterday there was diagram. I said it specifically online here. So if anybody asks me that question, I will not even have answered if that's what the person was answering, because it means that the person wasn't listening, or maybe I'm wasting my time. You understand? If you know, I don't really like repeating instructions or things I've already said before. I don't like it. Yesterday, I specifically mentioned to you guys that there are questions. There will be questions in your exam, and I am not going to leave any stone unturned. I don't want a situation whereby you see question and you'll be like, wow, so there is question. No, I'm trying to sensitize you. You get? Questions are the best thing to even answer. If you look at this question, for example, they give you 2 questions, say it's a giveaway. Look at subject 1. Subject 1, is there any agglutination? No. That means the person, no anti-A, anti-B, no agglutination. Means the person doesn't have any antigen. That means the person is blood group O. Simple. Look at subject 2, there's agglutination in A. That means the person has antigen. Because he has antigen, that's why antibody A is able to agglutinate with it. All right? That means that subject 2 is B. That subject 2 is A, rather. Then if you look at subject 3, it agglutinated in B. That means subject 3 is what? B. If you look at subject 4, it's agglutinated in both of them. That means subject 4 is what? A, B. You understand? If you don't understand this, then there is trouble in the paradise. Okay, guys. So that's for blood. Oh, Jesus. Do you still want us to take We took a whole lot of time. Let me see how many seconds did we take? Jesus, 2 hours 43 minutes. Blood is large, oh, it's large, but I hope you guys got the concept. You must not fail any question on blood. You see all these things I took time to review. I brought out time to review. Endocrinology, blood, urinary system. What was the other one again? Lymphatics, respiratory. See, at least you must not fail any question from it. You must not. You must not. All right. So that's it. Are we stopping here? Is it better we stop here so that you can? Most of these questions I posted it on your quizzes. All right. So if you do those quizzes, then you are still as good as gold. It's a lot because you didn't start on time since last week. If you started since last week, it will not be a lot. That's the truth. Most of you didn't start. Till now, I'm seeing that there are some people that have not even started the quizzes. Do you get? That's why in the exam, you see people scoring 97, 95, and you see somebody scoring very low. And the person scoring very low, we say, oh, professor, extra point, extra point. It will not make sense. You understand? And if the professor say no, pew, they'll go to rate my professor and say, this professor is so wicked, it's inhuman, is this, is that. Okay, guys. I think we should stop here. We really have done a lot for today. What do you think? You say in general. I understand, Mary. AP2 is voluminous. I told you from day one. AP2 is voluminous. It's not like AP1. AP1 is not voluminous compared to AP2. So should we stop here? Or you want us to take true and false questions in circulatory system and we stop after the true and false question? Is that better? Talk to me now. You guys are watching board. Talk to me. Do you want us to take true and false in circulatory, or we should just leave it so that you go do it on the quizzes? You're welcome. Aizana. That name is Ghanaian. Are you Ghanaian? Aizana. The true and false I have here is, let me see. It's 15 questions. If you guys can be like pium, we'll finish it quickly. For blood vessels and circulation, if you can do pium. No, it's not up to me. It's up to you because you need to answer for us to be fast. Okay, let's do it quickly. You guys have to agree. Are you going to be fast? Tell me yes. If you say yes, then we do it. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me see how many people. Let's do it. We'll be first. Okay. So just true and false. All right. Then I can let you be. Yes. Okay. So number one. Blood flow through a capillary bed is regulated by precapillary sphincters. True or false? Quickly, blood flow through a capillary bed is regulated by precapillary sphincters. True or false? Yes, the answer is true. Okay. Large veins, medium veins, and venules have valves to prevent the backflow of blood. True or false? The answer is false because Venus does not have valves. Venus does not have valves. Eh? They exploit it with Venus. Yes, the answer is false. Don't forget that. Blood flow is pulsatile in arteries and veins, but is steady in capillaries. True or false? Quickly, guys. Yes, the answer is false because by the time it's pulsatile in the arteries, by the time it gets to the capillaries, it drops. Not talk of veins. You understand? So that makes the answer false. Quickly, guys. We just took 3. No, it's false. Walid. Blood flow is pulsatile in arteries, yes. And veins, no. Vasomotion can raise or lower blood pressure throughout the body. True or false? Vasomotion can raise or lower blood pressure throughout the body. True or false? Yes, the answer is true. It is absolutely true. Increased capillary filtration, reduced reabsorption, or obstruction of lymphoid drainage can lead to edema. True or false? Increased capillary filtration, reduced reabsorption, or obstruction of lymphatic drainage can lead to edema. True or false? Yes, that is true. That is true. Most tissue fluids is reabsorbed by the lymphoid system. True or false? The answer is false because most tissue fluid is actually reabsorbed back. You understand? Most tissue fluid is actually reabsorbed back into the venous end of the blood capillaries, about 85 to 90%. So what the lymphatic system reabsorbs is just 10 to 15%. You understand? So that most has made it negative, made it false. Antoinette, that last answer, the question is false, not true. It's false. Most, it reabsorbs only 10 to 15%, and that's not most. Most just goes back to the blood directly through the venous channel. Look at this question. The compensated shock is normally corrected by the body's homeostatic mechanism. True or false? The compensated shock is normally corrected by the body's homeostatic mechanism. True or false? So the answer is false. Why? Because when you say the compensated shock, it means that the body's homeostatic mechanism have completely failed and can no longer maintain what adequate tissue what perfusion. You understand? So we need in that moment we require rapid, aggressive medical intervention. Right? Fluid, vasopressors, inotropic support, anything. You understand? If not, the person will have multi-organ dysfunction and death. You understand? Yeah, I just explained it, Dora. I hope you understand. When you say decompensated, it means that your body cannot compensate for it. That's trouble. Yeah, that's trouble in paradise. Eh? Compensated is something is happening and your body is correcting it. The pulmonary circuit is the only route in which arteries carry less oxygen than veins. True or false? Hmm? The pulmonary circuit is the only route in which arteries carries less oxygen than veins. The answer is true. The answer is true. Artery carries less oxygen now because the pulmonary artery is moving from the right ventricle, right, to the lungs, and at that moment it's carrying the oxygenated blood, so less oxygen. Why the pulmonary vein carries the blood from the lungs back to the heart, all right? That's oxygenated blood. So at that moment, the artery is carrying blue blood, all right? But every other place in the body, the artery That's the systemic circulation. The artery carries red blood. All right, so that makes sense. It's just a normal. They're trying to play with your intelligence. Don't agree for them. The greatest outflow from the dural venous sinus is via the internal jugular vein. True or false? The greatest outflow is through the internal jugular vein. True or false? Yeah, so the answer is true because it serves a lot, it helps to drain the brain. Very, very important. The answer is true. Very important that you know that. The answer is true. Look at this question, guys. The three primary branches of the celiac trunk are the common hepatic, left gastric, and splenic veins. True or false? The answer is false. Look at the question now. They say the three primary branches of celiac trunk. Celiac trunk is the artery or vein. And at the end of the day, they say common hepatic, left gastric, and splenic veins. Vein. That vein made it wrong. All right. So this abdominal aorta is continued at celiac trunk. Celiac trunk is divided into left gastric artery, splenic artery, and common hepatic artery, not vein. So that vein made it false. They fooled you guys. Take out. So next, we have 4 more to go. Blood filter through the hepatic sinusoids exits the liver via the hepatic veins. True or false? You're welcome. True or false? Blood filter through the hepatic sinusoids exits the liver via the hepatic veins. True or false? Yes, that answer is true. That answer is affirmative. Number 13. Artery flow to the lower limb comes from the external iliac artery. True or false? Arterial flow to the lower limb comes from the external iliac. True or false? Only 3 people are answering. Where is the rest? Where are the rests? Arterial flow to the lower limb comes from the external iliac. True or false? The answer is true. The brachial vein is the most common site of blood pressure measurements with this fig. True or false? Why is it false? Somebody. Why is it false? Perfect. It is brachial artery. All right. This place they mentioned what brachial vein. The position is correct, but the name is wrong. Okay, the last question. The last question. Yeah, so yes, brachial artery, not vein. But the truth about that is that when they give this question now, some people may even get it wrong because they'll be thinking it's what brachial. Because immediately they see brachial, it has to be the answer. They will not see that vein. So the radial artery is lateral to the ulnar artery. True or false? Yes, the answer is true. Clapping for you guys. You guys really tried, eh? So please, as I keep saying, go to your Canva, solve the questions there. All right. In this circulatory system, solve questions there. There are fewer questions in circulatory system, but try to solve them. All right, as much as possible. No, Wally, the answer. The radial artery is lateral to the ulnar artery. True. Just take your thumb, and do R radial or circle. Circle. Use it to represent radius. Then do like this, bam. If you do it, you see your thumb is outside, so it's lateral. See, outside, it's lateral. Okay. This person is asking me the same question I discussed yesterday. I'm not going to comment. Okay, guys, it's really nice. It's by artery, not by vein. Okay. Walid, I think you're still talking. Yeah, this thing is in slow motion. Okay, guys, it's really nice to have you guys. Any question for me that I've not discussed before? Dora is asking me what I've talked about before. You think I'll give you the practice question if it's not important? I don't know. It's not me that is setting your question now. I'm just telling you that pictures will be there. My own is to give you a resource. Your own is for you to capitalize on that resources. Some people we do that because I'm looking at your quizzes right now. Some people have attempted each of the quizzes three times, which is exactly what I'm saying. Do you understand? But some others are busy doing what I don't know, making money, big money. Making so much money. Okay, guys, thank you very much. It's really nice to have you. If you have any question, you can always chat me up and ask me, but please let it be. If it's question I've already discussed here, it's me. I automatically know that you were not here and I won't respond. All right? Yeah, because a lot of people make sacrifices to be here. And if you're not here, listen, it doesn't even matter. Go online. The video is there on YouTube. You just go to my channel, go to live, click it, look at the questions, compare them. All right? Please, there's no excuse. I'm trying to make sure that nobody will give me an excuse here. You see, this is already 12 something. It's 12:11 or 12:12, and I'm awake with you here in the middle of the night. So you not tell me, oh, I was working. Nah, doesn't cut it. No excuse. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna go off now in the next 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. I believe you guys. No, you guys cannot disappoint me now. You can't. I know you can't. But 1 or 2 persons will. But I know no, the majority won't disappoint me. And I won't listen to them. When the people that will do that disappointment, I won't listen to them. Okay, see you later. And if you are in the clinic and they ask you who taught you, if you get the answer right, say it's Nchebe. If you don't get it right, don't call my name. Good night.